let us learn about occurrence of metals. From where do we get these metals? The Earth's crust is the major source of metals. This means most of the metals are obtained from the Earth's crust. Seawater also contains some soluble salts like sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, etc. The elements or compounds which occur naturally in the Earth's crust are known as minerals. So, you need to remember the definition of minerals. What it is? The elements or compounds which occur naturally in the Earth's crust are known as minerals. At some places, minerals contain a very high percentage of particular metal, and the metal can be extracted from it. These minerals are called ores. Here there is a new term for you, ore. An ore. What it is? Some places minerals contain a very high percentage of particular metal, any metal. So consider that we get the elements or compounds naturally occurring in the Earth's crust. They are minerals, right? Now, at some places, these minerals contain a very high percentage of any particular metal, and that metal can be extracted, obtained from it, and that is called ore. So, what is an ore? Ore is a naturally occurring solid from which the metal is obtained. Remember the definition. You can say it as minerals contain a very high percentage of particular metal, and that metal can be extracted from it. This type of minerals are called ores, or else you can say naturally occurring solid from which metal is obtained, that is called an ore. In this picture you can see this is copper ore, which means from this copper is obtained. Okay, so this is an example of copper ore. We have already learned about the reactivity series of metals in our previous session. Having this knowledge, we can easily understand how a metal is extracted from its ore. Some metals are found in the Earth's crust in the free state. Some are found in the form of their compounds. The metals at the bottom of activity series are the least reactive. Which are they least reactive? Ag and Au, which are gold and silver. We have learned that they are least reactive, right? They are often found in a free state. So this way, gold is found in a free state. Same way, silver is also found in a free state. Platinum is also found in a free state. Now let us again refer to the reactivity series. Which are the metals at the top of the series? They are potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. We know that these metals are very reactive, and these metals are so reactive that they are never found in nature as free elements. Why? Because they are so reactive, so easily they can react with any other element or substance. That is why they are never found in a free state. So, potassium, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, these are so reactive that they get easily reacted with other elements or substances. That is why they are never found in free state. The metals in the middle of the activity series are found in the Earth's crust mainly as oxides, sulfides, or carbonates. We can see that the ores of many metals are oxides. That is because oxygen is a very reactive element and is very abundant on the earth. As it is very reactive, also it is present in abundance. That is why mostly we will find metals in their oxide forms. The metals in the middle of the activity series, they are zinc, iron, lead, etc. So these are the metals in the middle of activity series which are found in the earth's crust mainly as oxides, sulfides or carbonates. So on the basis of reactivity, we can group the metals into three categories. You can see in the figure. First category is metals of low reactivity. Second, metals of medium reactivity. And third, metals of high reactivity. So we can clearly see in the figure it is shown. So metals of low reactivity, they are silver, gold. Metals of medium reactivity, they are zinc, iron, lead, copper. Okay, and metals of high reactivity, they are potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and aluminium. So it is based on the reactivity only. So if you remember the reactivity series easily, you can remember this also. Now there are different techniques to be used for obtaining the metals falling in each category. There are several steps involved in the extraction of pure metal from its ore. Whenever the metals are found in their ores, there are several techniques to use to get pure metals, and that is done by following processes. So it is shown like a summary. Each step we will discuss one by one. We will use this summary chart and we will learn the steps involved for getting pure metal from its ore. Before we begin this, let us have a quick overview of the summary. First of all, there is ore, concentration of ore, and that is divided into three categories as we have seen: metals of high reactivity, then metals of medium reactivity, and metals of low reactivity. And there are different steps shown for extracting metals. Before we learn each step, let us talk about enrichment of ores. The ores mined from the earth are usually contaminated with large amounts of impurities such as soil, sand, etc. And this type of ores are called gann. Please Remember this. This type of ores are called GAN. GANGUE. Pronunciation is GAN. What is GAN? Ores which are mined from the earth's crust are usually having impurities, which is in large amount, like sand, soil. So this type of ores are called GAN. Again, ores mined from the earth are usually contaminated with large amount of impurities like sand, soil, and this type of ores are called GAN. Please remember this. This is another picture of GAN. The impurities must be removed from the ore prior to the extraction of the metal. So before the metal is obtained, these impurities must be removed. And the processes used for removing the GAN from the ore are based on the differences between the physical or chemical properties of the GAN and the ore. So, it is based on the properties, physical or chemical properties of the GAN and the ore. And for this, different separation techniques are used. So, this is about GAN.